Dear Latinos for Trump, now that you've seen that your master is going against your own interests, such as we've been warning you for the past couple years or so, now you want to come back and unite? Oh, we have to unite with each other. Fuck you. Go to your master, get back on your knees, and assume the position.
What's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene Soita. Yes guys, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for support, subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and make sure you put on the notification button so that you get notified wherever I post a video. At this moment guys, it's really emotional for so many people who lives in the United States and who have undocumented who are undocumented immigrants. Guys, people are going home, but the outburst by or from the Latino has hit the internet. Like it's alarming. Like it's alarming, guys. Let's watch these videos and see how Latinos are coming out. They want now to unificate with the black people and Jamaican people living in the America. And you all know that 62% of Latinos voted for Trump. You understand? They went to the ballot and voted for Trump. You know, as other people, racists, were telling them that do not do that, don't trust Trump, they refuse to listen. And this is where we always say that people have to face their consequences. We always say in Swahili, panya mtego panya kuingia waliomo na wasio kuemo, that when you're trapping, you want to trap rats, just know that even that rat that has never come to your house, that just made that one step to your house, will be trapped also, will be killed. You will find that trapped in that trap. So this moment, it's all about, oh, we told you guys, we told you. Even those people who never voted for Trump, they're throwing right now the Latinos into the bus. They're throwing them, you know. It's like you brought this up. You are the one who went ahead and voted. You know, they should have been united at the polling box. You know, that's the only place that they were supposed to unite with the black American and these other races. But now that they never listened, they're out here crying. They're really crying hard, and we are watching them because these people, they didn't know that they had visitors, they have friends and families, and even they had those people who were trying to enter United States of America. They were still at the border. That those who had we seen in the previous video, that lady who had been cancelled Islam, she was seeking for Islam and she was cancelled at the border. Like seriously, they should have known better. So guys, let's watch this video and come to think about it. In the comment section, make sure you comment, you tell me where you're watching me from, and just keep safe.
Look at this, y'all.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. When I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work, and that's crazy because we have a living too.
She followed up with this picture post of her looking distraught, and she puts up at the top, when my grandma woke me up, she said, just in case if ICE takes me, make sure you don't go down the wrong path and make sure you keep family together. And my grandpa texted me saying, if ICE shows up at my work, take care of your family and don't go the path I took, mija. Los amo a todos. Los amos a todos means I love you all. I know she wasn't talking to the black community when she said that we have to unite. She's talking to the Hispanic community because they do need to unite. Black people tried to tell them before the election, So I know they can't be talking. She can't be talking to black people. This is what we mean when we say that you vote against your own interests. I don't know what it is that you heard that made you think voting for Donald Trump was going to make you safe, because what I heard all throughout the campaign season, I heard Donald Trump repeatedly saying that there will be mass deportations and they will be bloody. And then towards the end of the campaign season, he and Stephen Miller kicked it up a notch and said that the mass deportations would include overturning birthright citizenship. And then they told you that they would get rid of the entire family. They were going after DACA recipients. They told you this before you went into the voting booth to vote against your interest and your family's interest. When you went into the voting booth and voted for Donald Trump, you voted for him to deport your family. These are the consequences of your actions.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos.
The word that he promised was that he was going to deport you.
I hate that I voted for him. Now I'm so scared for my family and your family. Y'all, we need to come together and do something about this.
The coming together to do something about this is called voting, and that happened a couple of months ago on November 5th, and you still decided to walk your Latina ass up in that voting booth and vote for a man that repeatedly told you that he was coming for you to deport you. And at this point, more than anything, I want you to get exactly what you voted for. I want you to feel the powerful consequences of your vote. If they do take your grandma and your grandpa, I want you to know that you did that to them. They got taken away because of you. And for the rest of us as a community, we can never let MAGA voters like her forget how damaging their vote was. We need to constantly remind them. Never let them forget. As far as us getting together to do something about it, I will never in my life trust a Latino for Trump. You're a danger to yourself, you're a danger to your family, and you're a danger to your community. And I want nothing to do with you, and I don't feel sorry for you. I've been getting some comments calling me divisive, saying, right now's not the time for finger pointing. We need to work with Latinos for Trump. Latinos for Trump already divided us when they walked into that voting booth on November 5th and made a conscious decision to sell out their family, to sell out their friends, and to sell out their entire community as a whole to ICE. And for what exactly? A pat on the head from the whites? For white proximity? For white validation? I am not the one causing the division, so don't come here and try to gaslight me. I voted to keep their families safe. I'm not the one who voted to have ICE raids on their families. Latinos for Trump are the ones who voted to have ICE raids on their own families and their own friends and their own community. A majority of Latinos foolishly gave your votes to Trump. And how did Trump thank y'all? By making it his very top priority on day one to deport as many of you, as many of us, as he possibly can. He said, get the fuck out. It doesn't matter if you're illegal or not. It doesn't matter if you're a criminal or not. He wants you out because you're not white.
Because I've been thinking a lot about this, and I know it's going to be controversial, but I'm actually rooting for Latinas and Latinos who voted for Trump. I really am. I really hope that they get everything that they voted for, and I hope that they never forget who they voted for. So when they're waving goodbye to their undocumented partner because they got deported back, I want them to remember who they voted for. When their abuelita needs life-saving care, but there is no Medicaid because it's been slashed to the bone, I want them to remember who they voted for. When they watch their nieces and nephews struggle because birthright citizenship is gone, and all of a sudden their family isn't welcome, I want them to remember who they voted for. When they have a child with special needs but there's no funding, no resources, no Department of Education, I want them to remember who they voted for. When all of a sudden their family's neighborhood is targeted with more policing instead of community support, I want them to remember who they voted for. When there's no money for your family but a whole bunch for billionaires, I want them to remember who they voted for. When environmental protections vanish and the air is so disgustingly polluted that their kids develop asthma or something similar, I want them to remember who they voted for. When discrimination increases and they are harassed incessantly because they will never be white, I want them to remember who they voted for. Call me petty, but sometimes getting exactly what you voted for is the only way to understand it.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Because remember we had told y'all that it was going to happen. Remember we were telling y'all that they didn't want y'all here, and we did? Remember we were telling y'all that voting for Harris wasn't going to really be in our best interest or protect them? Remember we had told you that it wasn't a selfish decision, but voting for Harris or Biden would have been ensuring that all communities were safer? Remember we had told you? Because we were trying to come together. Remember, we was trying to come together, right? And then y'all said, no, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all, little darks. Remember that? You remember that? Truly, I wish it hadn't come to this, but I'm finding it hard to find a lick of sympathy for people who disrespected the fuck out of us because we were trying to say, hey, don't let lepers eat your face. But here you go. Okay. I'm gonna gather my ass.
I will say what a lot of people won't say. This comment comes from a video that I made telling Black and Latino community to unite. Currently, there is less than 10% of people of color in STEM. Use my platform to make sure that children of color have better opportunities into these careers. But every time I speak about this, I get a lot of comments like this. Majority, if not all, come from the Hispanic Latino community. It breaks my heart to see the racism that exists in the Latino community. Racism against other Hispanics. Racism against Black people. I'm not saying all Hispanics. As an Afro-Latina, that breaks my heart.
No, you guys are not just getting people with criminal records. They are doing checkpoints. And with the immigrant, so this is what happened. Yesterday, my mom had got pulled over at 10 a.m. outside of the house. But my mom is a citizen. She does have a citizenship to America. So they pulled her over and they advised her that they have a checkpoint and that they need to see her driver license or documentation. So my mom showed her ID and they let her go. This morning, my dad was pulling out to leave. My mom was going to meet him out in the front because they were going to take the same car, but they were just going to park the other car out on the street. And as my dad was pulling out, a bunch of undercovers, pulled him over and asked him for a driver license and said, we are doing a checkpoint. We need to see, driver license, etc. Obviously, my dad is an immigrant. My dad does not have documentation. So obviously they detained my dad. So my mom pulled over and she called me crying. The unfortunate part is that I'm in Texas because it's my grandpa's 90th birthday party, his dad's birthday party today. So, my mom, he had left his phone in the truck. I took him to the center, and then my dad called my mom from there and told her, they're taking me straight to Las Vegas. They have executive orders to pick up whoever is illegal, is an immigrant, and send them straight through. Not even put them in the jail. They're going to detain them at the Las Vegas detention center. All the immigrants that are already there, they're going to go drop them off in TJ. He left his phone in the truck. Luckily, the ICE detainee or police officer let my mom take his phone back so he can call us when he does get to TJ. So they met her at the gate. My mom said, my daughter wants to speak to you. We have a lawyer. And he said, we're not getting involved with that. We have executive orders to shoot whoever's undocumented straight back. Not even put them in the jail system, just shoot them straight back. So it's not just criminal records, you guys. This is all immigrants are doing checkpoints. They're not caring about your rights. They don't care about the law. They're out there raw.
So guys, I hope you have watched the video of how Latinos are coming out calling everybody, and I'm just saying, like, we should not be this deceitful. We should not be living a deceitful life. You understand? I'm made to believe that when politicians, when we in every country, that when we appear, when we are approaching the campaign or we are approaching the election period, we have so many candidates who come out and propose, give out their proposal. I want to be the president, I want to be the MP, like here in Kenya, I want to be the governor. And I believe that's what happens in the United States. And every politician will come out with their agendas. They will make sure they're selling their policies, they will make sure they're selling their agendas in all the campaign, in all everywhere where they're campaigning. So guys, it's very, very absurd to see what's really happening in the United States right now. What the Latinos are doing, I don't know why they're crying. I don't know why they want that attention on social media. You understand? When Trump came, when Trump said, like, it was his second term, that he was gonna rally, he was gonna run for the presidency, he made some policies, he made us know some of the things that he would want to do when he becomes the president of the United States of America. He said that there was gonna be a mass deportation, and when he said that he was gonna there was gonna be a mass deportation, whom did Latinos think? Like, what came through their mind? That which people or what race was Donald Trump going to deport? Was he going to deport Africans, the black people, back to Africa? I don't know how they took it, and they were so happy. They went and voted for Trump, and these are the consequences. Seeing them crying. You have to pay, you have to reap what you sowed. You understand? And does it mean that, guys, these Latinos were just voting with ignorance? They're trying to show us their ignorance on this media, social media, and I'm not liking it. Like, it means that they were voting knowing that this race that were going to be deported, they were voting knowing that the Nigerians were going to be deported back to Nigeria, or the people of Caribbean, they were going to be deported back to Caribbean, or the Indians or the Kenyans. No. When he said that he was going to conduct a mass deportation, he meant it. So to understand a human being, that was the only time when they went to the ballot paper, that was the only time that all people living in America, whether you had the documents or not the documents, that was the only chance you had to all come together and vote out Trump. But if you never did that, I don't think if we are going to feel pity for you. You understand? And something else I've come to realize, that Latinos are coming out after that lady. There's a lady who made a video, said that she is from Mexico, she's a Latino who came to America legally. She was just being honest that, oh, I'm not going home because I came here, I got the papers and all blah blah blah. And now they are coming at her saying like she's trying to sell her people out. No, you are afraid of the truth, you're gonna face the consequences. You understand? And it's very, very funny that those other, the white people also, they have come out to say, like, white ladies who are married to people like the people from Mexico or the other nations, they have black men married to black men, and the black men did not have papers and they have been deported. I've seen also an outburst from such ladies. Most of the ladies have moved to their husbands' countries. You are welcome, by the way. When you follow my guy here in Kenya, you are highly welcome, because when you come to Kenya, this is what you're going to do: farming, growing bananas, and this is what we will be doing. So you are highly welcome back home. And I've seen this lady who, I think she's Latino lady. She sounds so ignorant, guys, just telling us that she's not giving that Kong reason why, what made her to vote for for Latinos. She just know that Trump during his campaign period said that he was going to do some good things to Latinos. I think that during that period of campaign, so many Latinos isolated themselves with these other races because of the promises that Trump had said. Little did they know that Trump meant that he was gonna sweep away those Latinos, because he knew that there are so many Latinos in America. You know, he knew there are very, very illegal people, immigrants in America, including the Latinos. Man, there are too many. So these people, when they heard that that's the good thing Trump meant, that's what he's rewarding. That's how Trump is rewarding the Latinos. They have to accept it or leave it. You understand? Because he meant what he said. Trump is the first leader to have put his policies into work after campaign. It's really hard because here in Africa, leaders promises their electorates heaven. Like even here in Kenya, my president, when he was campaigning, he promised us honey, milk, everything sweet. But now our economy has been swindled. Our economy has collapsed completely. When we talk about health sector, what he told us about health sector, education sector has never been brought to light. I don't know if you people are getting me. So Trump is the first president. I know Trump will go to history as the first president of the United States to have conducted a mass deportation, even than Obama, like our son Obama. You understand? But he is the first president to ever executed his policies. He has signed all the policies and they're going to work. So these Latinos crying, I know they were not ready to leave America. They had not, when you were just in America, you know that America is my home. I'm not going to leave now, and boom, you are told now you have to go. You cannot even hide in church. You cannot even hide in a hospital because you are not sick. You cannot even, because even how will you hide in a hospital even if you don't have papers? You'll get and be picked out by the ICE. You cannot even hide, take your kids to school because you are being watched. Everywhere you're going, you're being watched, like literally. So I'm just saying, like, every nationality that is illegal, they don't have documents in America, they are being taken back home forcefully. There's no mercy, and so everybody is affected. And for all that time that Trump made it clear that I'll conduct the most mass deportation that has never happened in American history, he meant it, and you are prepared. It's just time we welcome you back to your countries. We welcome you to Kenya. Come, let's plant bananas. You can see where I'm seated. Like, we have bananas, a lot of them. So guys, we feel remorseful to everyone who is out there and they were looking forward to just changing their life, making it their life better again. But it's time. Trump has decided America is for Americans. So welcome back home. Guys, let me know what you think about this thing. Like, people are crying. I don't know how it's gonna be, but my thing is, don't fall into depression. Just accept it, and whatever the little that you have, you can start with it. You know, you don't need a lot. The little that you have, you can start with it. Welcome, karibu sana to Kenya. If you are my Kenyan and you're watching me, karibu sana to Kenya. So stay safe. We love you. One love, one peace. Bye bye.